I seen a tweet. It was like flexing don't gotta make sense, and I was like, that's perfect. It's perfect because it don't gotta make sense. So I'm just saying.
It gotta make sense to somebody. It gotta make sense at least you. It gotta make sense to at least somebody.
Fair enough.
But I get the sentiment though. At that point, it's just semantics. At that point, like I'm just being semantic about it.
But enough of the hate though. Let's get into the episode.
Enough of the hate. You joined the wrong podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast, the only podcast where we do hate unprovoked. If you're not trying to hear hate, if you're not trying to see negativity,
it's not the hate. Don't be unprovoked. It'd be very provoked. The hate. Very provoked.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Mine's gonna be unprovoked, but it's all about balance, though. I got a co-host that's gonna be unprovoked. I'm gonna be unprovoked. I'm not gonna be the voice of reason today. I got a lot of things to get off my chest. This is the Casuals Podcast, the only podcast made for the casuals. You are a casual. This is the place for you. Welcome to the show.
It's for us by it.
For me, we speak for the people. The voices. Yeah. I'm your host, Greg. My other host, Jax. You know what I mean? We are ready, locked and loaded with topics that we've been waiting to talk about this week. But, you know, before we do all that, let's take a moment of silence to talk about our last day of our month, Black History Month. You feel me?
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Snow bunnies never. All right.
I just want y'all to know that button is not going away, even though Black History Month is in.
It's not going away at all.
That's what happens when you're with black women.
Come on now.
That one's not going away either. That one's not going away either.
Dana ain't never leaving this building.
Life changing
at all. Exactly. But don't let this life changing button keep you from doing what we need to do.
Donations.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that.
Of course you do. And if you somebody that listen to Jax when he says no, it's not the time to do that.
I beg your pardon.
It's not. Come on now.
I beg your pardon.
Y'all don't do that, which is why we have the contributors, and to y'all, I really do appreciate you. We do.
All I hear is this that check came me. I love it when you talk to me. My cat's the scene. I love it when you talk to me. My cat's the scene. This that check.
Welcome to the show. Now, we do, like I said, we do have things to talk about. I'm gonna stop saying a lot, but I'm gonna always say we do have things to talk about. It's not a lot. Ever since we took our NFL picks, it ain't got real.
Yeah, it's not.
We can
do NBA picks. No, if we did NBA picks, those would take forever because it's way too many games.
Literal. Well, actually,
and we get a lot of them wrong.
Actually, it wouldn't. If we're doing
picks for the whole week.
No, because how we did it for the NFL is we only did primetime games, and then we did an upset and whatever. So if we're only doing nationally broadcasted games, sometimes there's only one, maybe two. But to that, I would say
we do not care
because I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
I care about what's on TNT that night. Fuck out of here. But since I'm already here,
we do not care.
There are some things that we don't care about. All right. Now this first one, I ain't even seen it on the TL. I'm just believing what Jax told me.
We do not care
About everybody crying about this tush push. I mean, If y'all are,
It's
I would love y'all to stop.
It's the off season again, and it came out. There was a report. At first, it was like an anonymous team went to the league office and was like, "We need to get this tush push banned." And then it came out that it was the Packers, and it's funny because the Packers tried to do a tush push and it failed because the only one that are good at it is the Eagles. So that's really the only reason people hate it. It's just because the Eagles are too good at it, and it's just like, get over it, bro. If you want to stop it, then just don't let them get close. That's it. So we don't care. It's not important. Y'all just need to tighten up. Stop being a hoe.
Y'all making it seem like this been like the deciding factor of Super Bowls or like important games. Eagles, exactly. Philly didn't just smack the shit out of Mahomes and them, and they did that push. They would
have done that with or without a tush
push. Yeah, you think Cooper DeJean needed that tush push to get in that fucking end zone? No, exactly. Nigga. Hell no.
We do not care.
Another thing I don't care about is Paul George putting a pause on this podcast. Okay. Now, you started off hot, Paul, because you know I was a fan of your work in the beginning of things.
That's still a good podcast. That's a great podcast.
Hey, for me, it's been a while since I've like listened to your podcast, but I do understand the sentiment of you wanting to step back, take a break. Now, when you said championship contention, you lost me there, buddy. But relax, you know, I understood what you was, going for. And I understand. I understand. Look, I understand. With the exception of, I think yesterday, I think your last game you dropped 25, but before that, it had been well over a month and a half since you had a 20-point game. So for you to just be struggling the way you're struggling, and to get on this podcast talking about the so what was your welcome to the league moment, nigga? It's bad optics at best. I get it. I get it. And plus, me personally, I think the podcast was better in person for y'all. Once you had to go on the road and it became like a little StreamYard, whatever y'all had going on. No, it just didn't feel the same. So I get it.
If you're gonna do it, just do it in the off season or something. You ain't gotta do it during the season. It's a little much.
Free Jackie. Yeah, and free Jackie Long. Jackie Long need to do some acting work too. You know what I mean? He need to go out and he need to stop putting that acting career on pause. There's some roles out there for him that I need him to act in. You know what I mean? So
and that white guy, I don't know what he does, but he needs to go and do that, whatever that may be. I'm not sure his profession, but shout out to that man. I don't know his name either. I just know he's the random white guy every podcast.
He told the nigga, hey, the word of the day, job. J-O-B. Job. Oh shit.
We do not care.
Also, there's Jordan Schultz versus Ian Rappaport. Conglomerate. I don't even what do you call this shit?
The verbal accostation. I don't know the correct tense of it, but
why didn't they just say verbal altercation?
They could just say fight, argument, disagreement. It's a lot. Like there's a lot of other words they can use.
Especially the way you do now, Jax. I think you have more information on it. Just tell the viewers just a quick synopsis of like what's going on.
All right. And this is also funny because this all sort of started with the Matthew Stafford report, and then it just came out that Matthew Stafford just he just signed a new deal with the Rams, so it's now a moot point. But anyways, it was alleged that Tom Brady had called Matthew Stafford up to his Montana ski resort so they can talk about Matthew Stafford going to play for the Raiders. And a reporter by the name of Jordan Schultz, he said he was the first one to break that news in the tweet. And then Ian Rappaport, the NFL reporter, he like quoted that tweet and was like, no, that didn't happen. Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady just happened to stay in the same neighborhood. And then Jordan Schultz, he quoted that tweet and he was like, listen, if you think Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady stayed in the same place in Montana and like they just happen to live there, then I have I have like a beach house, like I say, in Idaho or something along those lines. And it's the NFL Combine this week, so all the reporters are in the same place. And Schultz happened to see Ian Rappaport in a Starbucks, and he went and they verbally accosted each other because he walked up to Rappaport and he was like, "We need to talk." Rappaport was like, "No, we don't." And then Schultz said, "We need to talk, and it's gonna be a fucking problem if we don't." And Rappaport just looked at him like, "Leave me alone." And then it just started arguing, and then eventually NFL security got called. And it's just like all of this over Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford. Like, really?
For it to be a verbal accostus, there had to been some yelling on. There had to be some yelling on both sides. Like I think Ian Rappaport probably was just like, "Nigga, no, we don't." But then he was like, "Nah, we do."
I can't even imagine. I can't imagine Ian Rappaport yelling.
Leave me alone. Yeah, because I feel like he,
Like,
because if he really said "leave me alone" in a yell, it's gonna come off like a cure.
sadly.
It's gonna come off like a cure. Leave me alone.
I mean,
Ah!
I feel like all white people are Karens internally, but that's an
said
argument we can get into another day. I said all white people are Karens on the inside, but that's something
Oh,
we can. That's a topic we can
no,
get
I
into
didn't say. I didn't say Karen. I said Akira.
Oh,
I said it's gonna sound like Akira. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ah! But
Akira's funny. Where he's grabbing his head screaming.
no, Ian Rappaport grabbing his head. Like I told you the first time, leave me. Oh, bro, it makes the media space look like we some lame ass niggas, and I need them to stop.
I feel like a lot of it is though. So
I know. Oh man, Lord Jesus. I guess.
We do not care.
Also, this Cameron and Ocho Cinco beef. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. And based off of the things I saw, it seems very one-sided. Like it seems very one-sided.
I haven't seen a single thing about it, and I'm making it a point to not see a single thing about it. So okay. I'll take your word for it. What it's like.
Are you standing on business with it?
That
nigga said I'm taking a stand.
I don't find the nightcap show. I don't find it funny, bro. So I'm not gonna look at anything they post because it does nothing for me. I don't laugh at all. I just look at them and like these are two old people just acting like they're 17.
And then it's
like it.
Ocha not even saying anything. That nigga just left.
every single video, that's all he did.
That nigga don't even say words. That nigga just silently laugh. Oh my god. Oh shit.
So
man, the space is a shambles. My god.
We do not care.
Finally. Actually, not even finally. Oh, no, it is finally. Tank Davis is fighting. Yeah, Tank Davis is fighting tomorrow against a man. To be honest with you, I don't know who this man is, but that's pretty much been all of Tank Davis's fights to me at post Ryan Garcia. Is just like a Tank Davis versus a nigga I don't really know about, and I learned.
Yeah,
like Tank Davis made me learn about new boxers every day. Like, oh, bad. This is seems like he's nice. That's all I have for him, though. So I don't
that's pretty much it. All his until he fights like one of the bigger names that everybody's always dying for him to fight, like a Shakur or a Haney again, or a Garcia again, or a Keyshawn Davis who's up and coming. But I don't think any of those fights are happening because they just argue. Oh, fight me! Oh no, you're gonna fight me! Oh, pay me! Blah blah blah. And it never goes anywhere. So I don't think any of those are gonna happen. So I don't even care, to be honest.
Yeah, and they short niggas, honestly. Like it is what it is, man. Like Tank Davis story. Yeah, they will. Like I think Tank Davis Tank Davis has the same story every time, same storyline in every fight, where it's just somebody comes up and then there's like a whole fan base talking about, oh yeah, this gonna be Tank not gonna work this one. Tank gonna finally meet his match. They getting that motherfucking maybe round one or round two. All right, knockout, bang on the floor, TKO every single time. I stopped doubting Tank after the Ryan Garcia fight. After the Ryan Garcia fight, I'm like, yo, look, there's nobody that's gonna beat the nigga. I'm sorry. You would just have to beat him out in old age, and I think he's gonna retire soon. So it's null and void. Tank is gonna win every fight that you put in front of him. Respect that nigga,
unless he's fighting like somebody like bigger than him, because I know people are talking about this fight also isn't gonna happen. People are like, oh, what if he fought Bud? And I was like, yeah, that's not happening in general. But if they fought, I think Bud would obviously whoop him because he's much bigger than Tank. But it's not gonna happen, so it doesn't even matter to talk about.
And they don't even like each other.
Nobody likes each other in boxing.
You right.
Nobody likes each other. That's the whole point.
No, boxers don't like nobody. I still remember that Trae Young tweet. Niggas don't like nobody.
Yeah.
Niggas don't like nobody. They some dickheads. I'm sorry. They some assholes.
Honestly, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Now that we got all that shit out the way, speaking of assholes and you know, disagreements and all that stuff, you know, we got to talk about Steve Smith Sr., Mr. IUD himself.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
Your wife's favorite player. Your favorite wife's favorite player, man.
Hashtag keep pounding.
Oh my god. Now, this happened like maybe a day or two right after we had posted our last episode. I was so disappointed because I was like, fuck.
Timing couldn't have been worse. Timing could not have been worse.
I was like, we gotta let this shit marinate too. But I was on the floor crying when I found out. And by this point, everybody should know the Steve Smith story. But if you don't, basically, a man found out that his wife was having an affair on him with Steve Smith Sr. And he called him and had that conversation. Look, I don't care about the conversation on the phone. There was nothing that really transpired there. Enough for me to just...
No. He said, Steve Smith, you're having sex with my wife. And Steve was just like, sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's very important.
Yeah, I mean, look, that is very important. And the tremble in his voice when the tremble in his voice when he said, "For Steve Smith." That's icing on the cake. I get it. If it was left right there, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think water would be under the bridge. People would have forgot about it. People probably wouldn't even care anymore if it just left at the phone conversation that you secretly recorded. But no, you didn't do that. You decided to leak the text messages between your wife and Mr. Steve Smith. And boy, do I have something to show y'all.
Like,
why would you?
I don't understand his thought process, because it did nothing but make him look bad. Like it did nothing but make him look horrible in this situation.
And I'm be honest, it did, but I still see the vision. Let me share my screen. Now, ignore Chris Benoit right here, because obviously we understand what that means.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness. For our audience listeners, I'm just going to say this one time because I feel very uncomfortable trying
I'm not reading any of these segments.
Steve Smith says, "Take me deep down your throat like you kind of like." Hey, look. hey, the woman said, I did. I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home. Nigga.
Lord. Like,
Oh
why
my
are you
God.
leaking these texts? You idiots.
You hate your husband. Talking about,
Nobody's laughing with him. Everybody's laughing at that man.
oh my God.
Everybody's laughing at that man.
Shorty said, I love making you come. Oh my God. Why did they zoom in on it? I'm sick. I'm trying to find the one that had the oh, and I found out, and we found out. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Steve Smith's family. You cracked that woman. You cracked that woman 3 days before taking this photo. And I'm realizing Steve Smith got the same smile in every photo.
That's some people just have that smile. But really, like the biggest thing of all this is the woman looks exactly like his wife. Like the woman he cheated with could have been his wife's sister. And it's just like, if you like, you clearly have a type. And it's just like, if you wanted that type, you had that type at home. But if you would done that, we would have never got this content. So
your wife said,
be mad at it.
Your wife said, deep is an understatement. It almost felt like you rearranged my IUD.
And he had the bright idea to leak that text message to the international media. He added like Antonio Brown for some reason. He added Bleacher Report, ESPN, Barstool Sports, Yeti coolers. Like what is they gonna do?
That
like, what?
Hey, if you can't crash out over your wife, I don't know who you can crash out over. Look, I understand that, you know, people are questioning why you would do this. Why would you do that? It just seemed like he wanted to just ruin Steve Smith's home as well. Like, I think that it was just an attempt of, I don't have access to Steve Smith's wife, so I'm just going to have to embarrass this nigga in public, and I have nothing else to lose because I feel that nigga was numb that day. That day, he didn't care about being embarrassed. He didn't care. He said, "Yo, look,
clearly,
if you're gonna ruin my marriage, I'm gonna at least try to ruin yours. We're gonna go down together. I'm bringing everybody down."
I wonder if it worked. I want to know if it worked. It probably didn't. But...
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is not me being shallow. I think it just depends on Steve Smith's network. That pretty much depends on if it worked or not. So I don't know the man's finances, but I think that does come to play. But
rich people when people have a rich spouse, they put up with a lot of stuff. So
yeah,
that's true.
Now, is she gonna get her get back? Absolutely. You think a woman just gonna stand there and just allow all this to happen, and she's just gonna be, oh, okay, bet, like I'm only for Steve? No, that's not how that works.
I mean,
regardless if you find out or not, that's not how that works. That's not how that works.
It would work like that. She was a good woman, but we'll see. We'll figure that out. We'll see.
Hey, look, it's okay to not be a good woman sometimes. That's my take. Ain't nobody. Hey, God forgives. I don't have to, but God, look, forgive, forgive, dog. And shout out to them kids because this is during the school year, so.
I be forgetting people have school. I be forgetting school be going on. Kids be outside at any point, at any time. I be forgetting school goes on. That's a very tough thing to have.
I know they talking crazy. IUD, yeah. Hey yo, nigga just screaming IUD. Oh my god.
No, that nigga DIE, bro. I can't do it.
I'm glad it's not my parents.
I mean, they're rich. So they'll get through it. They'll get through it.
Oh,
Rich
for
people
sure.
get through stuff easy.
Oh, absolutely. But you know,
money solves a lot. But getting to more important topic. I don't even know this is a more important topic. Just a topic that we want to talk about is me and Greg. We both finally finished that Quarter Gold series on Netflix. What are some of the takeaways that you have? Well, first of all, did you like it?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the series mainly because I don't remember the last time they had like film like that. Outside of that Dream Team documentary that they had, where they were kind of but that was just specifically Dream Team stuff. Like we got a chance to see a little bit of everybody's locker room, which I think was the difference between that and whatever. So I enjoyed it. And my first takeaway is shout out to my French goat. Shout out to my French goat, Nick Batum, getting some airtime. You feel me? Shout out to my guy. I wanted to make that a
Nick Batum's PR took a hit when that freestyle dropped. And it was like fourth quarter. Wow, Nick Batum. His PR took a drop after that, but this brought it back up. I fuck with Nick Batum, bro.
I fuck with that nigga very heavy. They can never make me hate that man. And if we ever do TikTok drafts and he's available, best believe I'm going to try to force the issue. I'm going to try my best to force the issue.
Low key, this made me rock with Evan Fournier too, because I didn't realize he was a real nigga like that, bro. I was unfamiliar with his game, but he a real nigga. I did not know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think another takeaway that I mean, you can get more into the KD thing as well. It's not that I didn't know this, but it just always further solidifies how much of a real nigga KD is. KD is a very real ass nigga. Very straightforward individual. Clearly loves basketball. And what was the other thing I was about to say? Oh, I just liked being in other people's other countries' locker rooms, and their mentality about just the Olympics is just kind of like, damn, okay, like I just like niggas that are trying to get after it. Like they trying to get this gold. They trying to get this silver. Like, yo, like, yeah, them niggas got, you can tell they truly believe, like, okay, like we good enough to go win this. Whether it be Serbia, whether it be France, whether it be Canada. They believe in their guys enough to be like, hey, yo, look, we can get that. We got it. We got it. We knocking on the door. So I like the intensity, and I like the cockiness of some people that just, they're trying to get after it. So.
Yeah, I felt like seeing like the difference in locker room dynamics. Like you had the US and they're sort of like, the US created basketball. Everybody sort of expects them to win goals. So like they had that mentality of, okay, we just got to keep it up, despite the fact that like the world they sort of didn't admit it, but admitted all the same that the world is in fact catching up, but they still like, hey, we still got to, make sure that they know who it is and who we are and all that. But then you have like France 1000% believe that they were going to win. I completely believe that. They're in their head, they're like, yeah, we're going to win this game. We're going to get the gold medal. It didn't work out like that, obviously. Serbia sort of believed that, but then some of the players are just sort of like happy to be here. And like you could tell that. But even then, like they still had that intensity. They were still getting after it too. So I really did like that. But one thing I didn't really realize though, until like I saw him, I think it was like the last episode when he was like recording everything with his camera. Like they didn't really talk about Devin Booker that much. And he was like, I remember during the Olympics, we sort of talked about like he was like one of the more underrated players in that team because he was like the do everything type of guy. And like I didn't know Devin Booker had all of that to his game because he was passing, he was defending, he was just doing everything the team needed him to do, and he didn't really get a focus on. So I was surprised about that.
Yeah, I did see that. I love some of the things that they were like. There are some moments where I'm just like, with Steve Kerr when it came. I think it was like when KD was shooting all them damn shots. Steve Kerr was just like, I think we should take him out. But there's like small moments, of course, like the Anthony Edwards thing with Barack Obama that people were circling on Instagram and Twitter. Like I said, nothing for the most part really surprised me, or there wasn't from the U.S. side. There was nothing that was said or done or I saw that was a different perspective that I didn't already think already. In real time when I was watching it in July. But like I said, when it came to France, boy, they swore. They just knew. And I fuck with Boris Diaw. Boris Diaw is one of those players that he's part of that holy trinity.
I love Boris Diaw.
I love Boris Diaw. So I didn't know he was I didn't know he was a part of the coaching stuff like that. I didn't know, but it's like, damn. It puts me personally, as we continue to do the Olympics, it does kind of put me in weird and tough spots as we go down. Because of course I'm going to root for US to win. But there are a lot of players that I do like that are from other countries that I would love for them to do well.
For sure.
Like when it comes to Boris Diaw, I don't care. Like where he's at. I be rooting for that nigga's success. I don't know shit about Serbia like that.
Yeah, Boris Diaw was dope, bro. He was one of my favorite players, bro.
He's so cold, bro. This nigga's passing.
He was fat and he can hoop, bro. Like that's tough to me.
I was saying, bro. So it's like you can never make me hate that nigga, bro. But
exactly.
Yeah, but like with Canada, you would think the way France's mentality was, you would think Canada would have been the same. They just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, Canada was a little like not to like play into like the Canadian stereotype, but they were just sort of like, you feel me, sort of like happy and shit, bro. Like I don't know. I didn't feel like that intensity from them until they lost. And that was when RJ Barrett, like he was like, fuck. But then even then, Shea, he was like, yeah, I sort of didn't really take this as serious as I thought I should have until like it was over. And I was like, dang, we really only get to do this once every 4 years. So I mean, I think next time they're gonna come out with sort of a different mindset. And probably some new players, because it'd be players from different countries getting to the NBA every single day. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think, and on top of that, Jamal Murray didn't have a good showing in general, like in real time. Like I remember
they even talk about Jamal Murray in the show. I don't even remember.
I don't remember it. I just think the only thing I remember was like episode 1, and they had that one rap song as they were introducing Canada, like in the description. It was like, pause, I am Jamal, and then it like moved to like Jamal like shooting. But I don't really remember too much of like Jamal Murray being talked about. But there wasn't.
I mean, he had a bad Olympics, though.
He had a bad Olympics, so
he had a bad Olympics. So I wouldn't really focus. I wouldn't want to focus on him anyway, because that's sort of an asshole thing to do if somebody's playing bad. So
yeah, but yeah, like it's like I said, it's definitely something that I'm glad they were able to get this production together. I don't know what I would rank it, but it was good. It was top tier to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I really did like it, but I wish they could have done something like that for the girls too, just to give them a little bit more notoriety. But then again, like the women's team, they just dominated everybody, so it probably wouldn't even been.
Nah, it's for the women right now. It's looking like what you call it, the dream team, like the '90s dream team over there. Like it's looking like it's a beatdown, my nigga.
Yeah, it's always a beatdown though, because it's just not enough good women basketball players from overseas. It feels like so, like because I think like the women's team in the U.S. hasn't lost in like hasn't lost a game in like the past like 5 Olympics or something crazy like that. So, it's something they didn't do one for them, but I'm not surprised.
And there's a crazy height difference too. For being honest, I be seeing some of these countries that they're playing. I'm like, bro, it looks like y'all playing children. It looks like y'all are playing children.
These women are 5'1". Like Asia's like 6'2", 6'3", or something like that. Like playing against a 5'1".
Brittany Griner is 6'7". Even though she's older, it's like she's 6'7", bro. Yeah,
You're not blocking your shot.
You're not getting
But
past
before
like
you
you're
get
not
off this,
you're not getting past her shot blocks.
yeah. But before you get off this topic real fast, who are some names that you want to see in the next Olympics for the men's team? Because like I don't think KD and LeBron and Steph they're going to be like in their 40s, so they probably won't be back. And I don't think Jason Tatum's going to be back. If Steve Kerr's coach, I don't think Jason Tatum's going to be back because I don't think he likes Steve Kerr. But who are some other names that you think? Because I think like Cooper Flag is going to be on the next team, and I think Ant's going to be back.
I would just have to see what Cooper Flag's development looks like by the time 2028 rolls around. Like, of course, I think he'll be a good player, but you know, I said the same thing about Ja and Zion. Like, they're great, but you know, shit happens. But
they had other.
Yeah, for sure. And he's in America, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But of course, I think Anthony Edwards comes back. I think, in my personal opinion, Paulo. I think Paulo comes
for sure.
I think Chet comes because you need rim protection. Because I think Bam Adebayo is not going to be enough. And if I'm being honest, people would just automatically put Bam in there. I don't know if Bam want to come back. Like he already got two.
How old will Bam be? He'll be in his 30s. I think he'll probably be 30.
He'll be in his 30s. How old is he now? 27? 28?
I think Bam might be a little bit older than us, so he might be like 32 next Olympics. Because let's see, how old is Bam? Let me spell the same name.
Age.
Yeah, he's okay. 27. Next Olympics he'll be he'll be like 30
31.
Or when he turned. Yeah, he'll be 30, 31 type, something like that. So he could still come back. I don't think AD will be back. AD's probably not going to be there because he's going to be old. Embiid won't be playing basketball in 4 years, so
he won't be there. But Chet, yeah. So you're going to need some rim protection. You need Chet. I can see them getting K.
I know K's probably going to be there.
Yeah,
and
I can.
Both Thompson twins could as well.
Has to be. Bare minimum one, but I would love for both of them to be on there. And then you think Devin Booker? You think Devin Booker gonna be back? I'm just looking at people in their 30s where I'm just like, okay, like how many gold medals
coming back?
How many gold medals do you get before you say, nah, I'm cool, like I don't want it no more? Like I'm chilling.
How many gold medals does he have?
At least 2, I think.
Oh, he got 2. Yeah, he has 2.
So it's just like, once you get your second gold medal, it's like, how many do you really want? Like, you know.
I mean, KD wanted 4, and he got 4.
Because people don't want to admit it, and people want to downplay it, but that motivation from that Noah Lyles shit definitely ramped up some of these niggas, and they don't want to admit it. And I'm not saying that all of these niggas, like if it was for Noah Lyles, like, do you really think LeBron would be here this go round?
Oh, for sure. I think they said like LeBron and them, they decided they're going to come after the U.S. lost in the World Cup. Yeah, the World Cup not last year, but the year before.
Yeah, because Dennis Schroeder.
I think that's when they're like, all right, we got to come back.
Yeah,
so I think that's really why LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, that Germany shit just added fuel to the initial fire, because they definitely was sitting up. Yeah, I guess Noah Lyles is right. This is the world champ right here. Goofy ass niggas, but also, I'm trying to figure out who else that I may be missing. Because there's always that one obscured player that gets selected.
I mean, do you think John Zion will be there? I think if they're both healthy, I'm pretty sure they will. Jaren Jackson, he could as well.
Jaren Jackson.
Or Evan Mobley.
I could see Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley's from the U.S., right?
I think so.
Or is he from Canada? He's from Canada. I could be tripping completely.
Evan Mobley.
Where's Evan Mobley? Evan
No, he's
Mobley
from. I think
is
he's
from.
from.
Oh, yeah, no, Evan Mobley from California.
Yeah, he's from Cali.
Yeah, Evan Mobley from here. He's from California. But yeah, he's
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
I
I can see him on that team. So
Yeah, I can see him.
next Olympics gonna look a lot different. Next Olympics gonna look a lot different because it won't have like big name stars that we're used to. Because like they'll probably all be retired by then. But I'm pretty sure they're still gonna. I mean, hopefully they'll still put belt to ass. But I mean, we'll find that out in 4 years. So
I think Jason Tatum does come back. That's just me. With all these stars gone,
nah.
I think he does come back. That's
I wouldn't want to unless if Steve Kerr's the coach, I'm not doing it. Like, but if they end up putting like Missoula as a coach or whatever, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll go play for my coach and all that. So I don't know, we'll see. But
you think Jaylen Brown? You think Jaylen Brown?
We got to talk about. No, not
okay.
at all.
I'm just checking.
Not at all. But moving on from that, we got to talk about the former head coach of the U.S. Olympic team and the current head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, Greg Popovich. He had a stroke earlier in the season, and he's been out since then. And he just came out and had like an in-person meeting with his team and was like, "Hey guys, I won't be coming back for the rest of the season because I'm taking it to like focus on my health and get right and everything." So. And Greg Popovich, I think he's not 80 just yet, but he's in his 70s, I believe. And I mean, he's had a storied career, and I'm not saying it's over, but I'm sort of saying it might be over for him because he's, like I said, he's old, he had a stroke, and he's already had like such a storied career. So I think it might be time for him to retire. And that sort of sucks given the circumstances. But I mean, what more could you want from a coach? He's done everything.
Yeah, he's 76 years old. Yeah, he's 76.
Yeah.
I can see, I'm be honest with you, I can see both. I can see, okay, like he just retires. I can also see him just being one of them people. I've seen it in real life. Literally. Just take it all the way in. Just coaches to the day. To the T.
I don't want that.
I mean, I just think if I'm putting it in his perspective, like his wife is already gone, and I just don't unless you're just gonna move him to like a front office position. I just don't see him not wanting to just be in the facility. Just being around being around young people, being around people moving around, that keeps you on this earth longer. That keeps you on this earth longer. It makes you healthier. There's already scientific things versus just like, not saying he has to be cooped up in his retirement home or whatever, or just being cooped up somewhere. But I can definitely see Coach Pop, because even if he's not coaching, just doing something else. He just seems like somebody that's just going to always work or do something. He's always moving around. He's always doing something. I don't know. So it's a tricky situation for sure. But
I could see him like personally, like I do think he's going to retire. But even though he'll be retired, he's still going to be around the Spurs. Like I could see that. Like he'll just. He might not have like an official role or like an official like title in the front office, but he's for sure going to be around offering advice and coming in the locker room. Because I mean, he's Greg Popovich. You're not going to be like, oh no, you can't be in here. It's Greg Popovich. He is the Spurs for better or worse, So I think he'll always be around the Spurs. I don't think he'll have like an official position. He'll probably be spending, or hopefully be spending, way more time with his family and everything, because like you said, his wife is gone, but I know he still has kids and everything and grandkids. So I think he's just going to be around the game, but just not coach. But wishing him all the best, praying for him, because he's cold. We love Greg Popovich, So it sort of sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks that it's sort of it could be ending like this, but I mean, he's like we said, he's what more could you want from a head coach? He is probably, well, honestly, probably not even probably. He is the greatest basketball coach of all time. He gets good talent and he knows how to develop it. He gets bad talent and also knows how to develop it. Like he's won how many championships? 5, maybe.
Yeah, he's
He
won
won
5.
5 championships, 3-time coach of the year. He was the head coach for the Olympic Games a couple times. Like he's got the most out of his basketball career. That's 1,000% for sure.
Yeah, he's done everything humanly possible that you can do as a head coach.
Yeah.
Has gone through certain dynasties and he's done his due diligence. So shout out to him. Wish him a speedy recovery. I think it's just a matter of how much his body can take traveling. If he can travel, he's gonna be coaching. If traveling is an issue, then like you said, he'll probably just be knowing Pop. He won't have no official role. He'll just be the coach for when they come back to San Antonio when they have their home game spent. He'll be back there ready to coach, having the X's and O's and all that shit. And then when they'll have the travel team coach do the shit when they go to Toronto and shit like that. So we'll see how it goes.
He'll be their ghost coach. He'll be ghost writing the plays and all that.
Oh God, had that nigga via FaceTime. I see it. Work from home has work from home coach. It is.
But also we got to talk about another. Well, he didn't have something as serious as a stroke happen to him, but Joel Embiid, he is sort of mulling over having a experimental surgery for his knee because he has had, I can't even count how many times he's had knee injuries, and he's had a bunch of surgeries. And I think his last surgery that he had, it was supposed to be a routine one, but for whatever reason, it didn't take or it didn't heal properly. So he's going over the prospects of having like some super duper experimental surgery to hopefully, get him back on the court. But me personally, I think Embiid should have been retired, honestly, because his knee I don't think his knee can do it anymore. I don't think his meniscus can hold up. And like, if he wants to have like any sort of decent quality of life in the future, I think he should retire sooner rather than later. Like that's really my take on it.
I mean, I can respect when you say it because you've been saying it for a while. But I do kind of hate the notion of the retiring facts for other niggas. Like if you were some of these national media heads that were clamoring about the legitimacy of him not doing back-to-backs or questioning his toughness or whatever it was during these times where it's just kind of like he's injured, but you just don't like how he's been injured for X amount of period of time or whatever that reporter was talking about, dealing with his fans and family or sons, or whatever, or his brother.
Yeah.
And then you go and swing the whole other pendulum from questioning the legitimacy of your injury to, this nigga needs to retire. Shut the fuck up, nigga. I don't care. Like that nigga Embiid is scheduled to make $58 million this year, $59 million the following year, $60 million year 3, and I think he has a 4th-year option. I don't know if it's player or not. I'll say this. I think this will be his last contract. Like his last real good contract. I don't think anybody's signing that nigga past whatever. But at bare minimum,
he's not getting no long-term deal or nothing ever again.
Yeah. And I think he knows that. So bare minimum, he playing at least another 3 years. He getting that money. He signed. So when people talk about niggas making millions and millions of dollars and niggas are sitting out or whatever, look, skill issue. Stop blaming these players for the money that they make because somebody had to go give them that. Somebody had to slide the piece of paper for the nigga to sign. Like, I can never get mad at Jax for signing a $400 million deal for sign language, like to be a sign language instructor or whatever. Like, how could I be? The nigga don't know what. Why did you give it to him without going through the proper things?
That's
It's
very
like,
true.
why would I be mad at that's 400 mil, nigga? I'm gonna sign it.
Right.
So
You
I
put the
don't
paper in front of Embiid like that, he's going to sign it.
Cause who wouldn't? And the money just keeps getting
Exactly.
higher and higher and higher and higher. Which is why I look at a team like the Clippers and salute them. Like, okay, fine. Like I know hindsight's 2020, but you told Paul George, hey, yo, look, we not signing you no max, nigga. Go find that shit somewhere else. We not giving it to you. You can come back on the deal that we want you to be on. Because you're not better than Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
If you can go find it, go find it. And you found it in Philly. So I look at you, look, Daryl Morey, that's on you. You gave him the money. You gave, and I'm not even trying to jump on Paul George's yet. We'll stay on Embiid. So as far as Embiid, should he retire for quality of life? Yes and no. Because I think now we're at the point where I see where you're coming from, but we're at the point where Embiid also can finally understand that he ain't got to prove shit to nobody. Take the time you need. Don't force yourself out there if you're not 100% ready. Now, if you were on some other shit where it's like, oh, like if you're on some Tua shit where it's just like, oh, okay, like I just got to get on here. I got to prove to these niggas I'm healthy. I got to prove that. No, those are the people you got to beg and plead to. Hey, yo, you might need to retire, my brother. Joel Embiid is going to take the proper precaution. I think he only played 18 games this season. 18, 19, maybe 20 games this season. It's fucking crazy. Go ahead, just shut it down all the way. You're going to get the money. This is not the NFL. This money is guaranteed. Do what you need to do. You're not taking money out of my pockets, so I'm not going to be pissed at you. You're not going to restructure that contract either. So figure this shit out. Do what's best for your body. And if you're going to do it that way, just play out your contract, and then we'll see how it goes. But he's not retiring anytime soon. And I think people got to leave those retirement talks alone for at least another 3 years. Because I'm not turning down 60 mil. I'm not giving you back money, nigga. And that experimental surgery is great. That experimental surgery is crazy because they out here talking about you potentially intentionally breaking the hip to try to figure something like breaking another bone part of my body. Oh my God. Intentionally?
That sounds all the way wrong. That sounds all the way wrong.
It feels not right. Feels not right.
That's why I'm like, he just needs to quit. He just needs to retire, bro. Because he's I don't know how I should look up his career earnings. I didn't, and I'm not going to because I don't care that much. But we both know he's made probably like $250 million, maybe more. Like he should be set for life, and that's just on the court. He's also has a hella endorsement deals and everything. So if he's managed his money right, which I have no reason to believe he hasn't, he's set for life. So I'm just like, dog, you should just really retire, bro. It's not worth it. But
that shit don't mean nothing when I'm looking at 60 mil right in front of me. Oh God. And if I'm Joel Embiid, if I'm Joel Embiid, what the fuck you pissed at me for? I'll literally be injured every year. I came into the league injured. You know what you signed up for. This ain't no. I get it, but I see what you mean though. I'm not gonna try to act obtuse about it.
I feel for Tyrese Maxey though. He's having a hell of a year, and he just like ain't got no. The only help I had was Jared McCain, and he tore his ACL a long time ago. And Paul George, he hasn't fully recovered from his injuries, so that's why he's playing bad. So it's just all bad for Tyrese Maxey. But I mean, I think he got like a new deal recently. So I guess when they showed him dunk on Braun in that documentary, I was like, they like replayed it like 5 times. I was like, damn, I forgot about this.
Hey, that let me know right then and there. Okay, this is not a Rich Paul production. This is not Clutch Sports. Clutch Sports ain't had shit to do with this goddamn documentary. This is a legit documentary. Like this is legit. Yeah. Y'all. There's no propaganda because the way they all them different angles they just showed LeBron get dunked on. I'm like, all right.
And then it showed like D-Wade. He was like, man, you don't usually see LeBron like that. I was like, oh my God, it's not Make it work.
Nah,
Oh
that's
my
real.
goodness.
That's real. Yeah.
But enough of all that sad conversation, man, with all these injuries and people going through it and blah blah blah. Let's talk about something that could be sort of happy with this whole Kevin Durant business, because a Windhorse report came out and he said, he was like, man, everybody knows Kevin Durant's going to get traded. He doesn't really want to be there, and the Suns need somebody. And KD, he will be a free agent after next season. So he has one more year on his contract. And people have sort of been speculating like the Suns are going to trade him because the Suns are cheese and they have no draft picks and also no money. So they got to get off somebody to make some sort of room. And that somebody's more likely going to be Kevin Durant. And there's been a lot of like rumors of, oh, who wants him in this, that, and the third, because keep it being, everybody wants Kevin Durant. He's still like a 27-a-night player, even though he's 36. He's still a good defender. He can still get you a bucket whenever. Like he's still a superstar, which is insane. But him, like people don't talk about his longevity in the way they talk about LeBron's, because Kevin Durant's had his injuries, but he's still up there putting up great numbers. But anyways, with that being said, who are some teams that you could see Kevin Durant being traded to, and that would make sense for KD and the Suns?
For both, okay. I'll say honestly, a couple Texas teams. Houston, of course, is going to make sense because Phoenix has literally all of their picks up until 2029. So giving them their picks back, or basically giving them back their control of the draft, and then whatever the quality pieces you want to grab out of there that's not Amin Thompson or Sengun. Pick your poison. It just kind of, for me, it'll just kind of depend on what Raphael Stone, the GM, like who he's willing to try to keep in this math. I know at one point they were more focused on Devin Booker, but how it's currently shaping out now, I can see KD too. Dallas, for me, in my opinion, makes a little bit more sense than Houston for KD.
Why do you say that?
I'm being honest with
you.
you.
I think Houston makes more sense than Dallas to me.
I think for Houston, I'm being honest, it's like I don't let the record fool me. Like the record is the record, and we're a good team, and we've achieved. But I'm not sure. I got to see what they look like in this playoff, like this round of playoff. I need to see like who are rising to the occasion, like who are the pieces. We still don't have a real pecking order. And for KD's window, I'm assuming KD's window is what, the next 2 years, 3 years, maybe. Oh, I don't think he's one of those.
I don't know.
Is he going to play past 40? I don't know. But I know for sure, like a 2 to 3 win.
They said this fuckery can't go on longer for LeBron, and the fuckery is still going on with LeBron. I have a feeling like KD sort of like that too. Like him, LeBron, KD, and Steph, I think they're going to play for a very long time.
It just depends on what you consider a very long time. Like what do you consider a very long time?
Well, maybe very long. When I say very long time, I mean like whole career, like career as a whole. I think Kevin Durant, honestly, I could see him playing until he's like, or however long this next contract is, like, because he's gonna probably get re-signed whenever, or he's probably gonna get a new deal with whatever team he chooses. I think that's gonna be like his last contract, but I could see it going like till he's like 40 or 41, maybe. So I guess he's 36 right now. I don't know when he turns 37, but like next 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, so the next 3 to 4 years, which in my opinion fits right in line with what Dallas is trying to do. Capitalize within the next 3 to 4 years, or well, I think there's more than 2 to 3. The next 2 to 3 years of what you have in Kyrie and Anthony Davis, and then adding a Kevin Durant to that mix. Now it just depends on what they're going to give back in exchange. Like, this is why I said this is more of a KD. This makes more sense for KD more than Phoenix, because of course Phoenix has some better avenues and there's some better assets that they can probably go get. But you know, not that they're going to be clamoring over PJ Washington or Daniel Gafford or anything like that. But you know, you still have Derek Lively. Like, there's some pieces there. Like, once KD gets there, all you would need is maybe what? A shooting. I don't even know who the shooting guard is for Dallas.
Max Christie.
Oh yeah, it is Max Christie. I mean, I guess.
I don't know if Max Christie starts, but I probably will be.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who they would be willing to give up, but the timeline makes a lot of sense for them. As far as KD to Houston, it was like, okay, well, when he first gets here, we still may not be ready. Like, we still not make it. Like, we may just be ready to really truly compete by the time he's end of year 2, going into year 3 of what's going on in Houston. That's just how I feel about it. But outside of them, be honest with you, I don't know who I don't know who else like would make sense.
Outside of the two Texas teams, I remember I texted you. I want to see him go to Minnesota to play with Ant, but you also shot back. You was like, as long as Julius Randle's on that team, ain't nothing gonna happen there. And that's for sure a very large hurdle they'll have to clear. But I would like to see him in Minnesota. I don't know if Phoenix wants Julius Randle, because I don't know who wants Julius Randle in the first place.
Probably gotta cut that right.
It's just not that. It's just not really working for his fit. I guess really sort of anywhere. But outside of Minnesota, this will not happen. It'd be amazing if it did happen, but I 100% is not going to happen. But say the Thunder get bounced in like round 1 or round 2, I could see them being like, all right, let's see if KD wants to come back, because I mean, he's a player that could fit anywhere, and the Thunder have a whole bunch of pieces that they could trade as well, like not like including draft picks and young players that the Suns would really, any NBA team would love, because the Thunder just draft very well. So that could be a destination, but like I said, that's 1,000% not going to happen. I could weirdly see him in Memphis as well.
I think
Memphis that's because I think, like I said, Kevin Durant, he's sort of. You said what?
I said, yeah, that also makes sense, but at the same time, they've been low key. There's been a lot of job rumors these days, but
I want to be like, oh, he's not going to get traded, but I mean, like we keep saying, the Luka trade happened, so anything can happen. So I have no idea about that, to be honest.
Niggas got trauma.
But the Grizzlies, they draft very well, so they have pieces they could trade, and I think they have a couple of draft picks they might want to. I mean, they can get rid of if they want Kevin Durant. But the real sleeper team I could see is the Heat, because the Heat can play defense. They're in the Eastern Conference. The East sucks, and one thing they can do everything except score. That's really it. They have Tyler Hero, and even though he's an all-star, he's not a number one option on a championship team. He's not a number one scoring option on a championship team. So I can't really see them doing anything as long as Tyler Hero is holding the keys. But Kevin Durant could come be that number one option for them. I think he'd fit sort of perfectly with them as far as defensive purposes as well. Like, I really think that's a nice fit for him. So if he goes to like the Heat, I think they could make something shake for sure. But then again, people don't like Pat Riley, so there's also that.
Yeah, I don't see, like, I understand from a basketball standpoint of why you would say Miami. I just don't see it. If Draymond Green wasn't an employee, if Draymond Green wasn't a player of the Golden State Warriors, I could have seen KD go back to Golden State before the Jimmy Butler trade. But Draymond Green is still there. I don't care about the little podcast and nigga hopped on. I don't care that the nigga was smiling. Niggas smile in niggas' faces all the time. I bet you Nico Harrison smiled in that nigga Luka face plenty of fucking times. That don't move me, nigga. They don't play this little tongue-in-cheek game like, oh, they don't have beef. Nigga, you must not know what beef. You must not know all the verses of what beef come in, my nigga. You must think I'm stupid. Nigga, fuck. But yeah, Memphis. Look, I love Memphis.
I don't know. Speaking of Draymond, real fast, because I know I had sent you that clip, and it was like apparently Draymond has the ball that Kevin Durant shot that made him like the all-time Olympic leading scorer or whatever. And like, I was thinking about that before we got on the podcast, and I was like, wait, Draymond wasn't even on that Olympic team. Why does he have the ball? Like, he was just in the stands as a fan. Why the fuck does he have that ball? Who gave him that ball?
He wasn't in the 2020 Olympics?
No, I thought Kevin Durant broke that record this past Olympics.
Oh, this past Olympics. Oh, this nigga was. Oh shit!
I'm pretty sure that's when he broke that record because I think they said that in the thing.
Oh damn!
So I'm like, he wasn't even on that team. Why do you have that?
How was he allowed to get on the fucking court as a fan?
That's why I'm like, what the fuck?
He said, "Yo, you don't want that ball."
Who gave it to him? That's my question. What the fuck?
Nigga ain't got no credentials.
Steve Kerr on that. It was probably Steve Kerr.
I forgot Steve Kerr is there. Oh yeah, Steve Kerr is there. Steve Kerr allowed that nigga Draymond to another enabler. You see, that's an enabling shit I've been talking about. Right there.
Oh my goodness.
Pop ain't going for that. They crazy.
But anyway, Greg, I think it's about that time.
Think it is too. Hot takes of the week.
Right, y'all know the drills. Hot takes of the week. You heard the music, and I have a hot take that's been spurred on by recent happenings in the social media world. And let me share my screen to get this nonsense off my damn chest. Because my hot take is I am sick and tired of NBA, Centel, and everybody. Like, I hate all the. Honestly, I feel like I might have said a hot take similar to this before, but every single parody account, I hate it so much. And recently, the NBA Centel account, which is it was originally like, I guess, a spinoff of the NBA Central account that posted actual NBA news, but Centel, they renamed it or whatever and sort of changed the name so people could still think it was NBA Central. And anyways, it recently got banned from Twitter. It's been since reinstated, but when it got banned, everybody from Stephen A. Smith to actual NBA franchises were saying, oh, rest in peace, Centel, or free Centel, and blah, blah, blah. I hate all of you. That NBA Centel account is so stupid, and if you enjoy it, you're also stupid too. That's my hot take, because that account is so dumb. It's just like, Grant, I'll be honest, sometimes it can be funny. Like sometimes it has good jokes. A broken clock is right twice a day. But people be like, oh, rip Centel, and oh, we love this, and blah, blah, blah. Like, this is so lame. This is so stupid. This account does nothing but post jokes at the expense of other people. Like, and it just surrounds misinformation. People try to justify it and be like, oh, this really just tells us to it makes us want to like vet our sources more and make sure that we know we're not spreading misinformation. Like, dumb nigga, you weren't doing that regardless. Like, this doesn't change anything. That's not what you were doing. You were laughing at these jokes regardless. Like, all this is so stupid to me. Like, I hate every single account like this. I want them all to be gone. Like, it's people who like actual report, like in the Centel, it was verified as well, I believe, so it's making money off of it too. And it's just like, it's
Making
real
money off of
reporters that are trying to get
It's kind of crazy.
making money off of misinformation. And it's real reporters that are trying to like give out like the actual real facts, real information that's not getting promoted more than Centel. And it's just like, bro, this is so dumb. Why do people glorify this? Like I said, are there funny moments? Yes. But still, this is stupid. You like it, you're an idiot. NBA Centel is dumb. That's my hot take. If you like it, you're also dumb. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Now, I will sing. Some of these accounts do need to stay because I want to see. I want to see dumb motherfuckers. Like not like I'm not taking it from the average. Like Jax, when I speak about this, I'm only speaking about niggas I am talking about at work. At work only. Because you know where I work at. When I see certain niggas send shit to producers or do certain dumb shit at meetings, I want some of them accounts to still be there because when you say, where did you get that from? And you have to say out loud at Butt Crack Sports, I want you to feel the stupidity of the lack of research you did. I don't want it to be one of those, Chris Mannix, but I forgot the I wasn't there. Like, I don't want those. Yeah. But the egregious butt crack sports,
those are even worse, to be honest.
Yeah, those are the even worse ones. The ones that are like, okay, a number off,
pretending to be a person and like changing like the I to an L or something, so you can't feel like those are worse to me. But
or like the fake ones that like do like fake sources, but like tag a real reporter under it. Which
Centel does many times.
Yeah, I understand those. I truly do get those. But keep the hater central, keep the butt cracks. I want to keep all those egregious ones, so I know how much lack of research you truly did before you came into a fucking meeting and provided us bullshit. Because people at the job, people that are vetting stuff for national television, national media, is moving like everyday motherfuckers on Twitter, and I need them niggas to step their fucking game up, and I need them niggas to get blasted in real time because that's fucking ridiculous. That right there is insane because you about to embarrass a national publication because you just either reading too fast or just believing anything that you see in your fucking phone. So I want to keep those there just to get them dumbass niggas about the job because you're making my job that much more insufferable sometimes when you don't double check your work. And now I'm looking at shit like, did you read the ad, nigga? Did you read the ad before sending this to me? And you think this is real? Because Butt Crack Sports said it.
I couldn't imagine being at your job and people doing stuff like that. Like, come on, bro.
Like, there are real niggas on the internet doing a lot better job at vetting sources than you are. And you're supposed to be the expert. Yeah. You're supposed to be the one that double checks and all that stuff. No, keep some of them niggas. Makes my job easy. But all them other ones, I do agree with you. But that's just a personal preference. All of them should be deleted. All of them should be gone for sure. But to make my job easier and to make shit fun, when I have to tell the producer this is where I got it from and who gave it to me, it just makes meetings that should have been via email a lot more like enjoyable because I hate Zoom meetings. I hate team meetings. Give me something comedic to do while I'm here. So yeah, that's just me. That's me though. But I agree. Fuck them. I do think, and this one last thing, and I'll go to my hot take. There isn't a Centel. You know what I mean? Like Centel was on a generational run, and low key it still is on a generational run when it comes to fake pages. There ain't a fake page like Centel, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wasn't there one before them though? That was.
I mean, there were some pages that walked so that Centel can fly. But the motion that shit got, they got shit in the dictionary now talking about you got Centelled. KD says you got Centelled. Like, huh?
There's no way that can't be the dictionary. I'll burn that. I'll burn Merriam-Webster.
You'll have to verify. You'll have to verify Merriam-Webster on that. But look, there's there's a lot going on. But I'm telling you, because you remember there was a time where like a whole bunch of people tried to make like individual team Centels.
Yes.
Like there was like a little thing.
All of you guys.
It was just like everybody that had a Moose account just turned it into like a franchise Centel account. And
every Moose account, every Centel account, all losers, all of them.
And they all flopped. And they all flopped because y'all niggas is not NBA Centel. The way they craft their fabricated and false misinformation and stories and stuff, it is different. Although it is very dumb, it is different. They do have motion. They do have motion, I fear. And we are sheep. Two things can be true. All right, man. I know that I've already had a hot take in the past about, not too much on Adam Silver. Y'all do a little too much when it comes to Adam Silver. So I'm not even trying to bring that as the actual hot take. My real hot take, and this is after having a conversation with Jesse. Shout out to Jesse, the JM Sports Podcast, Sports Factory Podcast, whatever. Make sure y'all follow him. Having a conversation with him made me understand one thing and one thing only. Any complaint that you have about the NBA is directly correlated to the NBA media. Any issue, most people, most of the things that you complain about, regardless if it has anything to do, like, primarily with NBA media, it's a derivative. It stems from, you can trace it back to the NBA media. The NBA media is in a bad spot, is in a bad place, and niggas need to understand that it's bigger than just Adam Silver. That NBA media is a fucking menace. Now, is Adam Silver absolved from criticism? Fuck no, he's not. That nigga, somebody said he has a kink fetish for tournaments, and I understand and I get that. That's a crazy thing to say, but I understand the logic. I understand the logic and whatever. But some of them tournaments fucking work, and I'm not gonna let you sit here and act like it didn't. But y'all have this nostalgia problem with David Stern. Y'all have this nostalgia problem. my commissioner would never. David Stern's NBA would never. When it came to NBA ratings low, that man talking on television about NBA ratings, David Stern will never do that. But he did. He literally did. Right after Michael Jordan retired, he had to get on national television and talk about it. It was a question that was brought to his attention. These referees are ass. NBA, David Stern would never. You talking about the one that employed Tim Donaghy? The nigga that went to jail for weird shit? Let's not go that referee route, please. Please. We got court documents about that. Niggas talking about people had a problem with the NHL guy, the hockey guy, talking about what the NBA needs to do to fix their ratings. A couple dumbass niggas was like, y'all got hockey niggas thinking that they can talk about the NBA, bro. Like, the NBA ratings in a bad place. David Stern would never. There's an article back in the 90s talking about why is the NHL hot and the NBA not. That's a literal article in the 90s talking about that. Get this nostalgia bullshit. Stop. I'm not gonna make y'all I'm not gonna let y'all rewrite history like y'all love David Stern. Y'all didn't love that nigga. You know how many death threats that nigga had when he vetoed the Chris Paul trade? I'm not letting y'all niggas do it. I'm not letting you do it. There's no such thing as a perfect commissioner. It's almost like the presidency. People gonna like it. People gonna hate it. It is what it is. The fact that Adam Silver was able to make things happen, or he wasn't just sitting on his hands and he's actually doing something. I'd rather that than him just do absolutely nothing. But enough about Adam Silver. Enough about Adam Silver. This NBA media stuff, anything that you haven't complained about when it comes to, I think Jesse was talking about the storylines just don't even hit the same. What storyline did you like that was back in the day? Oh, he was talking about, when LeBron James went back to Cleveland, I'm coming home. That aura just hit different. He was like, what storyline matches with that? I was just like, did Luka just not get traded? Is that not a fucking, is Luka going to the Lakers not a fucking storyline? What the fuck are we talking about? Is the team that went to the Western Conference Finals all of a sudden trading Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle before the season start not a fucking storyline? Is Nico Harrison himself not a fucking storyline? What are we talking about? Those are we saw Luka dominated headlines for 2 straight weeks during Black History Month as a white man. And we couldn't do nothing about it. But it's not a storyline. But I'm coming home, LeBron James was. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I'm like, we got stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, the NBA needs to market better. He was like, the NBA needs to market better. They just got to push their plays. They got to market better. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking he's talking about like actual NBA games. Because I can agree. They push a certain narrative to make it seem like these guys and players don't fucking play. They don't play games. When in actuality, a lot of star players are playing games. You're just not showing the OKCs of the world as much as you're showing the 76ers. You're showing the 76ers when Joel Embiid has 18 games. You're pushing the Clippers when Kawhi Leonard don't play. Stop pushing players that don't play. The Cleveland Cavaliers have plenty of players that are playing. They only missed 2 games. Anthony Edwards only missed 2 games. All these rising stars and young talents, they're playing games. You just need to push them more. Even LeBron James at his 40-year-old ass, he's playing games. He's playing games. So push them. But he didn't bring that up. He's talking about like them commercials ain't hitting like the Chris and Cliff Paul State Farm. I'm like, we talking about that? That's the marketing we have? This what we talking about? You living in fucking nostalgia right now. Because I feel like what you just saying is a slap in the face to fucking Adidas. Because Adidas has been on that. They've been doing some shit with Anthony Edwards and Sprite.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about? State Farm is still there. They got Caitlin Clark doing some things with her dry humor ass. She's still cool. But the run Anthony Edwards has been having, we out here talking about this nostalgia, nigga. Like, yo. But let the NBA media tell you, shit was better way back before. No, it wasn't. You don't miss long twos from Glenn Big Baby Davis. You don't miss that. You don't miss post touch-ups from Alex Lynn. You don't miss that. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
The Lakers missed that.
You want to see some post touches from Alex Lynn? That's what you want? That's what you want?
The Lakers would love if Alex Lynn could score in the post. They would love if Alex Lynn could do anything on the court. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, y'all miss everybody. Oh, niggas out here. Oh, and my favorite one, everybody shooting threes. Everybody playing the same way. No, they're not. The Boston Celtics is not playing like the OKC Thunder. The OKC Thunder damn sure not playing like the fucking Rockets. If you watch the fucking Rockets game, you know them niggas not shooting no fucking threes, nor are they making them. That's one of the biggest flaws for them niggas. Now I'm questioning, do you watch basketball? I know it's a casual podcast.
No, people don't. They watch clips on social media.
And that's the problem. National media will push a narrative that's just simply incorrect and not there. And to me, if you finna sell me a false narrative on national TV, what's the difference between you and Centel right now, nigga? What's the real difference if you not gonna tell me accurate information? Talking about everybody plays the same way. Talking about everybody shoots threes when all you did was just watch a Boston Celtics game twice. Fuck out of here. Yes, more people shoot threes because they decided instead of having my foot on the line like Glenn Davis, I'm going to take one step back and shoot a fucking three. Yes, threes are moving up, but the play styles are definitely different. Trae Young plays totally different than another nigga. We still have heliocentric. We have every part of the game that you want. If you miss mid-range or so back, say Gilgeous-Alexander is still here. That's everything. That's 2000 basketball for you right there, but efficient. And now he giving you 50 a night now. What the fuck we talking about? So I'm gonna get off my high horse. It's an hour and 30. I'm here. I had to get off my chest. The NBA media is the reason why you feel the way you feel about the current product because you're not actually watching the product. And I'm not expecting casual watchers of the game to actually watch it all the time. But what casual people do? They listen to the quote unquote experts of the game. And if the experts are telling you false narratives, they're going to fucking believe it. And you're just going to keep pushing a narrative that's just not true. It's not true, nigga. This is the best product we've had thus far. And you would never know that because you have Charles Barkley and Draymond Green talking crazy. And player run podcasts that needs to stop too.
We got to get into that another day because that's a whole thing. That's a whole hour.
Active player national TV runs, that shit needs to stop too. But we're gonna talk about that.
Let's say that.
We'll talk about that next week.
I've seen not even just NBA. I've seen Fred Warner has a podcast now. Like, no disrespect to Fred Warner. Why the fuck do you have a podcast?
I did not know that.
I seen that. I was like, did this say Warner? What the fuck? Who cares? Like, no, this is Fred Warner's an amazing player. No disrespect. Why the fuck do you have a podcast?
Nigga said Warner. Nigga said Warner's. I could have sworn it said Warner Brothers. Fred Warner? Fuck.
What the fuck?
But that's my that's my hot take. My name is Greg, and I approve all of the messages I just said. I know it was a long rant, but I had to get off my chest because it's getting fucking ridiculous. But that's it. That's all I had.
Oh my gosh.
God damn. Nah, that Warner shit fucked me up. I ain't know that.
I was like, I can't do this shit, bro. I can't do this shit. That was a good rant. That was a good fucking rant.
Oh my god. Any last words, Jax?
Hey man, keep pounding. That's all I gotta say. Keep pounding.
Way to switch it up. Hey, you can't tell me that nigga didn't do something
Life-changing.
That boy definitely did something life-changing. Changed that woman's life. Changed her IUD too.
Everybody in that story endured a life-changing event, for better or for worse. Everybody in that story.
Nah, man. A nigga like me? Nah, a nigga like me?
Guess who's going to jail? Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Shit.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Come on now. Look. A nigga like me, I got to. You don't know. Do you know who Aaron the Plumber is?
Nah, I don't know who that is.
Nah, man. Never mind. I have to show you some videos afterwards. It's like some swole nigga that always taking his shirt off. He's always crashing out. He's on probably like one of those Tubi reality shows. I've been seeing like clips around him. This nigga just be like, he be trying to fight everybody just because he just standing on business. I think he just be trying to stand on business for everything. Regardless if he wins or lose. He gonna fight. Like, it don't matter. And to a degree, I can kind of respect it. But like, there's times when there was like but like, he's the type of nigga that keep talking and he'll like slowly start like taking his shirt off, like taking like a button-up shirt every time. I'm like, y'all letting this nigga charge up. Y'all letting this nigga transform. And y'all not doing nothing. Y'all not. Because what you think a nigga finna do after he just starts taking his shirt off? You think he finna high five? No, he finna try to beat your ass. Some girl gave that nigga a love tap. Like, get out my face type shit. Like, it was very light. It was like one of those things. And she was like doing it in a playful way. And he was just like, I mean, look, like, I don't know. I don't like being disrespected for real. Shorty was like, so you really about to ruin a good moment right now? That nigga dead ass. I absolutely have to. I'm like, bro, what? Nah, man. I'm gonna send you a video for reference. that shit there, it was getting out of hand. But yeah, do something life changing. I don't even know if you finished your life changing rant. I don't even know. Did you even say that one?
Oh no, I didn't. You want me to? You're the one. Oh, switch it up. I finally switched it up.
Hey, look,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm a fan of the switch. I like the switch up. I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Life changing.
Yeah, man, change your life. You feel me? Matcha niggas, I come in peace, bro. I'm gonna need y'all to really just simmer it down. I'm gonna need you to simmer it down. Now, hey, Jax, if I see a lot of blue matcha niggas in the next week, I'm gonna have an issue too. Cause now y'all just dig right. Now y'all dig right. At some point, you're dig right.
Is blue matcha really a thing?
That nigga was sipping on something blue and called the blue matcha. So I don't look. I'm not a part of the community, so I don't know.
I'm seeing blue matcha. I guess interesting. I must follow up. But anyways, we'll catch y'all next week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Most importantly,
donate. Actually, donate first. Donate before you do anything else. Because we need it.
Yeah.
We need it. All right, we'll catch y'all next week.